Hey Fish Fam, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master. I'm here with my brother, and we are playing with Mono Blue Merfolk in Modern. Look at all the blueness and the island. It's Mono Blue. You want to see how Merfolk is played competitively in the modern format? Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Before we get into our match, we're going to thank our sponsors, starting with the manabase.com. And you know what? For all your greatest Merfolk content, you go check out Nikachu on the manabase.com. Your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. And the MTG Mastermind, the coaching program, help you take your game to the next level. You want to stop scrubbing out of events, stop scrubbing out of day one, make it into day two. You're going to want to learn from those at the MTG Mastermind. And Card Hoarder, your online digital service for borrowing and buying digital Magic cards for Magic the Gathering Online. My opponent even knows who I am. They said the Merfolk Master. So we're on the draw. We'll keep this. We have a 1-lander on the draw, but like everything is a 2-drop, so all we need is one more land. That is not Mutavault. Jimmy Meatball is escaping into the closet. So we see a power plant. We got everything that we want. We're good to go. Next turn I'll just play a land, hold up Deprive, and Merfolk Trickster. Oh, the annoying cards. Alright, it's Eldrazi Tron. Again. We've been here before. If they play Thought Not Seer, I will deprive it.
Huh.
I could trade with that, but I'm not. It's not. I don't think it's a bad trade, trading Trickster for this thing. I do not want to deal with this card. Or can I let it go?
No.
That's probably gonna be a disaster if I do. Probably gonna be an absolute disaster. Pass the turn again. Now I might Merfolk Trickster this Matter Reshaper if I get the opportunity. Yes, I think I will. Or I'll try. So there won't be a trigger after it dies. That's what I was playing for. Oh, there's a variety of things that they could play this turn. Chalice on 2. That will hurt. Will hurt. Okay.
You have answers.
I do have answers in the deck, that's true. So we'll start with Silver Gilded. Maybe it'll help me draw into my answers. Draws me into Vendilion Click, which is fine. Deprive is not good. I guess at my opponent's draw step, we're going to click them. Because they might, at this point, only have like one good card. And we're going to get rid of it!
And hopefully it does not get replaced by something better.
That's right.
Of lesser value only.
Expedition map, Ugin. Ugin's ugly. Expedition map, not a big deal. Warping Whale is countered by the Chalice of the Void. We'll get rid of the Ugin, I guess. What does it do? Let's see. Is Ugin even that big of a deal? Well, they can't even cast the Ugin at the moment. Oops. Okay, so they can't cast Ugin. They can play Expedition Map, crack it, get a land. I think I'm just going to leave my opponent with all these cards. Like, best case scenario, they're going to exile something, but I don't think that's a big deal. Well, you know what? They could get Blast Zone with this. That could be a problem. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Because they can't even activate the Blast Zone this turn.
Another temple.
That's interesting. So, yeah, they can't use that. Attacked to crank out their Ugin. So I'll play Lord of Atlas, and because I can use Merfolk Trickster to tap down anything particularly annoying that they might cast. Okay, so this is going to be for 8. It's a good amount of damage. And it's going to be lethal by next turn. So let's hope they draw, I don't know, creature. Creature is the best thing. Because the creature just kills them.
Tap out big for something deprivable.
They're going to play their Ugin. Which, again, not that big of a deal.
Was it uncounterable?
No, it's not uncounterable. Well, I can't play the counter spell right now. Okay, so they made a spirit, so they're dead. And even a Warping Whale costs less. It doesn't matter. Converted mana cost is still the same, and Chalice of the Void counters it. So our opponent is playing for 5-0. We're playing for 4-1, though.
We're going to ruin their day.
Yeah, we are going to ruin their day. So we've been here before. We took out the Deprives and brought in the Brazen Borrowers. Yeah, I like how this deck is set up against Eldrazi Tron, because we've got the we got a good chunk of bounce spells between Repeal and Brazen Borrower, and at least we're not super locked out against Chalice because of the Repeal. I like it. I like this. And you know what? Sometimes Castle Vantress might be good in this matchup, because these games go long. They do. They absolutely go long. Spaghetti. Keep. Blast Zone turn 1. All right. Sending a message. Sending the message. Honestly, I think I'm going to start attacking with this Mutavault really quickly. By next turn, I might attack with this Mutavault. Blast Zone turn 1. Oh, always. Always Eldrazi Temple. Well, now I might get punished, because now my opponent has the option to... oh, well, this is not too bad. This could have been worse. That's also good. But I expect we're going to see Thought-Knots here. The ball will be in their court. As to what they want to do to us. Unless they stumbled on mana this turn. Oh, it looks like they just stumbled on mana. Okay, now how to take advantage of this? Sprinting Seas wouldn't be too bad. Sprinting Sea, well, maybe it would. Okay, so I'll just pass. Yeah, I'm just not. I'm gonna play like a click at end of turn. I probably don't even want to help them find lands. I just want the information and get the card out of my hand. I predict a Chalice on 1? Hanger Backwalker. Okay, that's cool, because we can repeal that eventually. Do you want to trade that with a Merfolk Trickster, you're wondering? Okay, so let's see what's going on in their hands. Very likely I'm touching nothing. Warping Whale, 2 Walking Ballistas and a Thought-Knot Seer. goodbye, Vendilion Click. Power toughness 1 or less. Okay, so I think I'm going to do nothing with this hand. I just want the perfect information. And maybe I should have played Silver Gilded up first, because I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Dismembers are awkward. Because I'm already getting hoofed pretty hard by my opponent.
Well, you could bounce the XX for 1, draw a card, activate Mutavault.
Actually, well, what I want to happen is they... Okay. Oh, how do I use the second click? I can't. Oh, wow, they did nothing. Alright. It's fine with me. I thought that if they blocked, they would get that token, and then I would just bounce the token. I can bounce this Matter Reshaper. I can bounce my Vendilion Click. Everything is to be done at the proper time.
This is my nightmare shit.
Yeah, it is. You 4-0! You want that sweet damn 5-0. And now your deck did so great up to this point, and then it just craps out on you. I've been there! 4-0 craps out on you on the going for the 5-0. I've been there. So they have a Walking Ballista in hand. And they're not going to do anything.
Okay, at least put a clique out.
I can bounce the Matter Reshaper? What does this card say? Because they have a Warping Whale. Exile target creature power with power toughness 1 or less, so they're going to get rid of the Vendilion Click. Counter target sorcery spell. Yeah, I could repeal this Matter Reshaper. Seems okay. Then I can attack with everything here. There might be a card I don't know about. That doesn't... Oh, it does change something. It kills their Matter Reshaper. Okay. Reveals Karn the Great Creator. Alright, you get to put that in your hand.
Shit.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Good games. Well, it's not over yet, but, like, it looks pretty bad. Because I'm going to attack for at least 9 here. Oh, they conceded. They gave up.
That's why I say good games.
Better luck next. For whoops. No, that's...
They'll watch the video later. They watch you.
Better luck.
You're not typing.
I know I'm not typing. Next. 4-0. Alright, so we went for a very convincing 4-0. Sorry, 4-1 with M. Hayashi's list. Let's take a look at this list. I like it. I like it a lot. I think this is really cool. Look at all that Skrilla. We beat Eldrazi Tron very convincingly, which I think is something you really want to be able to do in this format. It was such a clean victory with this deck, with the 4 Brazen Borrowers. We didn't even miss Force of Negation. Was there even one matchup we wanted Force of Negation? I don't know. So what I really like there's so much interaction on the ground. How well would this deck match up against Urza is my biggest question. Is this that good against Urza? Is this that good against Urza? You can bounce like that Urza token. You can kill Urza with this thing. Well, I guess Deprive is still good against them, and then you side this stuff in. So my real question is, how well does this perform against Urza? But it performed very well against Eldrazi Tron. I know our opponent got mana screwed in that game, but we still had, like... It still would have been interesting, because our opponent plays like Thought-Knot Seer, we dismember the Thought-Knot Seer, we draw a card, our opponent is still tapped out, we still get to do the things that we want. It would have been still a game. It would have been a closer game, but we had a lot of the tools for the cards that they had in their hand, and if they wanted to play like a Ballista every turn, sure, go for it. It's fine. But I thought this list played very smooth. I totally approve of this list. Castle Vantress. So the question is this better than Fairy Conclave? Maybe. Like, I guess the thing is that it's rarely actually clunky in mono blue. Well, here's the deal. If you have... Well, I don't know. Maybe I have to play test with a lot more of this. If there is someone who can calculate how often... How do I want to put it? This is hard to figure out. Like, how often do you have this in your starting hand and you don't have an island, is the question. How often does that happen? And again, that's not a huge liability for this deck because it has so very few things that it actually wants to do at 1 mana. Like, you don't even always have to play Dismember on turn 1. That's not a big deal. You can play it on the later turns. That's fine. It's okay. So yeah, it's hard to figure out. It's hard to determine. But maybe this is good. Maybe this is just a good addition for Mono Blue Merfolk that has yet to be seen. And I think it also depends how well positioned Cavern of Souls is. But, like, I guess this deck doesn't need Cavern of Souls. Like, I like Cavern of Souls against Eldrazi Tron. I think it's good because you can play your creatures in the face of a Chalice on 2. But Repeal is good enough, and we have enough things at 3 mana that interact that are good enough. Those Chalices did nothing. Did nothing! Who cares? Who cares about Chalice of the Void? So anyway, I'm very impressed with this deck, and I might play this some more going into the future. And I really don't have... and I love the information. Hey, if you've watched this channel long enough, you know how much I value seeing my opponent's hand. We don't even have to take anything with Vendilion Click. It was still a great card in itself. So that's going to be our game for today, that's going to be the game and the whole league for today. We're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank themanabase.com, the MTG Mastermind, and Card Hoarder for being our sponsors. This has been Nikachu with his brother playing M. Hayashi's version of Merfolk in Modern.